What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with RK Outpost and GeeksGamers.com, and Tim Tebow is officially a Jacksonville Jaguar. Signed his contract this morning, is going to attempt to be a backup tight end for Urban Meyer and that team. Whether he'll make the 53-man roster, whether he'll actually get on the field in the regular season, all that remains to be seen. But one thing is for sure, this has triggered some certain members of the sports media, in particular Stephen A. Smith, who is now claiming that Tim Tebow's reason that he's on the field, that he got this opportunity, is due to white privilege. And not only did he say that, he also compares this situation somehow, some way, to George Floyd. Stephen A. Smith is once again race baiting like the piece of shit that he is. And we're going to talk about this. You can see this is on Louder with Crowder. ESPN host goes on white privilege rant against Tim Tebow, compares him to George Floyd. And we're also going to look at this Outkick article from Bobby Burack. Stephen A. race baits, misleads audience on Tim Tebow and white privilege. ESPN's personalities are quite happy this week as they can focus on the two topics they enjoy most, the NBA and perceived racism. Stephen A. Smith opted to race bait and mislead his audience while discussing Tim Tebow's opportunity to play backup tight end in the NFL. Now, before we even get into Stephen A. Smith's words, I do just want to make my position very clear. I think Tim Tebow is a great person. I think he's a great dude. I do not think that he is a very good professional football player. I do not think he was a good quarterback. I do not think that he will be a good backup tight end. I think there's plenty of other better options. People have maybe played tight end all of their life other than Tim Tebow. However, that has nothing to do with white privilege in any way, shape, or form. And Bobby Burack very poignantly points out that there are people that get opportunities that you might not feel like they deserve all the time. Maybe Stephen A. Smith is one of them. Maybe some other people that work at ESPN may be one of those people. But it has nothing to do with white privilege. It's all about his play on the field for me, and that's what it should always be about. If I'm going to bring up white privilege when I brought up Steve Nash getting the job in Brooklyn, is this not an example of white privilege? What brother do you know that's getting this opportunity? Tons of people all the time get second, third chances that they shouldn't necessarily have. That maybe they showed a spark of something, so you bring them in. Maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe it does. Who knows? The idea that this is white privilege, go fuck yourself, Stephen A. Smith. Which sport are you talking about, Stephen A.? The NFL, whose players are roughly 70% black, or the NBA, where the league is 81.7% of the players are people of color? Just wondering which one's providing more white privilege. Stephen A. says this: let me be the first to say I don't give a damn how you feel. I mean what I say. It is white privilege. And then what he says after that is absolute insanity. We're going to listen to Stephen A. Smith's words, if you can stand it, when he starts talking about George Floyd. Here you go.
On this show, when George Floyd ultimately was murdered by Derek Chauvin, the cop, and you saw people rioting and protesting in the streets, it wasn't just about him. It was about the symbolism of what transpired, because black people have
Somehow this has something to do with Tim Tebow getting signed to play backup tight end for the Jaguars.
Repeatedly felt like we have the proverbial knee on our neck. We constantly have to scratch and claw our way. And when we see someone of a different ilk, of a different ethnicity, getting opportunities we know we would never get, that's where the words white privilege come from. And you yourself.
What an insane way to think about everything. This is an insane take from Stephen A. Smith. This is a racist take from Stephen A. Smith. The idea that you're looking at somebody and all you're seeing is their skin color and the opportunities they're getting. Let's see. Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown has had a lot of trouble, especially in the past few years. But he continues to generate interest for people that want him to play for them. Is that because of black privilege? Or is it because of his athletic gifts that a lot of people think, well, maybe he's worth the effort? That is why he's on there. It has nothing to do with the color of his skin. But people like Stephen A., race-baiting pieces of shit, can't understand that. And Bobby Burack does a great job here of maybe bringing it back down to earth and referencing ESPN. Stephen A's own employer continues to pay Bomani Jones, who is black, over $1 million a year after the guy failed on TV in 2 different time slots and do the worst radio ratings on record. His other colleague, Mark Jones, who is black, was promoted after celebrating people dying of cancer, lying on air, and baselessly claiming police are trying to shoot him. Are those causes of privilege or decision makers playing favorites? I'm asking you, Stephen A. I look forward to your answer. The truth is, Tim Tebow's the most popular college quarterback ever, and his former coach, Urban Meyer, is giving him a shot to be a backup tight end. Would I do it? No. I also wouldn't have let Mike Golick go so I could build a morning radio show around Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Zubin Mehenti. But that's what they did because that's the way they decided to go. Does that have anything to do with black privilege? I don't know. We're talking about ESPN, so I guess maybe you can't rule it out. But the Tim Tebow decision, regardless of how you feel about it, you might feel like Jeremy, and he's all for this, thinks it's the best thing ever. You might be like me, where I think it's kind of a stupid decision. But you have to be, again, a woke, loser, racist to think that it has anything to do with white privilege. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to Sports Wars, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.